All right, hey guys, hello, welcome to our bi-weekly Team Passion Team Call. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I've been feeling a little lonely this summer, but there'll be 5 or 6 of us, so this is exciting with all of you here. I see a lot of faces. I know it's hard in the summer, so I totally get it. One of the things I want to kind of talk about tonight, so I just want to make sure you guys know that if you go to YouTube, there is our website where, our YouTube channel where all of this stuff is housed is Team Passion Training. It's all one word. So we have a lot of training videos. Like some of them I did 5 years ago, but they're still very relevant. We probably have over 30 Zoom calls sitting in there at your disposal. Every time I do one of these, I record them and I upload it either that night or the next morning. So they're always there for you. There's ones on inviting, there's ones on all the vital behaviors, there's one on the Team Passion System for Success, there's one on, Sonia did one on how to do events, there's how to be a new coach and be success, like how to hit Success Club, like literally every topic is there for you. So I want to keep this one tonight. So I want to remind you that that's there. So even if you can't get on these live, that is always there. So, I would love to be able to go to that channel and say, okay, I had 15 people here live, but 115 views the next day or the next few days, so it just makes me feel like that these are worth it. If I only see like 10 or 15 views on some of the videos, I'm like, we're wasting everybody's time doing these, So just a reminder that those are there. So tonight, I want to keep this very simple. We'll be done by 9, get everybody out of here. We are heading to the water park tomorrow, so we got to pack up and make sure everybody's up. Emily's up for the water park tomorrow, too. Again, Sean Parenter, Emily, you can come. No. All right, so I wanted to keep this kind of really, really simple tonight. And so you guys saw that I posted the daily to-do list this week for you guys. And this is for new coaches. This is for people, you could send this training to people who are thinking about coaching. Like, this is how simple I want you guys to keep this. So one of the things I've always said is a couple years ago, we had no trainings. Like, it was me and the Coach Online office and just clicking around and trying to figure this out. We had, things like Super Saturdays where people would share, but it was just, it was just me clicking around. And then I would even tell my coach stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, did you see? And he's like, no, where's that? So it was just a very just learn as you go type thing. And all we did were these things that I'm going to share with you in this daily to-do list. Like, this is all we did, and we did it very successfully. So I think what happens with new coaches is they get very overwhelmed with, wait, there's this, there's that, there's this system, there's this going on, I have to go here, let's just keep this simple. If nothing else, this list is what you need to do every single day, no matter what. It should only take you 2.5 hours, and yes, that includes your workout, okay? If you can do more, yes, you're going to grow your business faster, for sure. But if nothing else, this is what I want you guys to just really focus on. So, of course, the first one on the list is workout and drink your Shakeology, right? So I put next to that that's going to take you 30 to 45 minutes a day. So depending on what we're doing, some days, if you're doing the shift shop and we're in the 45 minutes plus adding in core, then that's going to be closer to an hour. But you get it, right? So you work out and you drink your shake every single day, non-negotiable, check. It should just be a check every single day, right? Number 2, making 3 social media posts a day. You guys, this is crucial. You cannot disappear for days, weeks, months at a time, then jump back on social media and be like, hey, I'm starting a challenge group. Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming to that challenge group, okay? You have to be consistent, because if people see you disappear, they can't rely on you for that next challenge group when you do announce it. Like, they're like, wait, you're still doing that, right? Like, they need to know that you're still doing that, that beach body thing, right? So that should take you 5 to 10 minutes a day. I know I am not very consistent on giving you those 3 post ideas every day. I Some days I do great, some days I don't. It's on my to-do list, but then sometimes when I get to my to-do list, it's noon and I'm like, crap, we've missed 2 posts. So I try to at least give you 1 or 2, but once school starts, I should be able to be very consistent in giving you those ideas. But you can always go back, to any of those posts. Just go in Team Passion and go to the search button, the Team Passion Facebook page, go to the search button and type in post suggestions, and they'll all come up again from me or from Rachel, who did it while I was in Disney. So, but basically they're, poll your audience, tell them about your workout, tell them how much better you feel on your shake, do a Transformation Tuesday, post a recipe, ask your friends a question. Like I asked a question the other day, like I have a wedding next Friday, so I'm like, what do I wear? Like you want to keep your personal page more of those type of things than join me, because you don't want your page to look salesy. So if you have a success partner, please ask them to go through your social media and look at like the past 10 days and see what they can tell about you. Like, can they tell that, yes, you're a mom, yes, you work out every day, yes, you're, I don't know, whatever, different types of things that you're kind of posting. Do you like coffee? We got to be careful. Cheryl and I were talking about this today. We don't like to talk about us liking wine anymore because people are going to assume. So don't be posting about your wine, because I'm going to be all up in your business wondering what you're doing with wine. But, posting different things that you enjoy so that people can get an idea of who you are. And the idea of that, those different posts, is that people are just going to want to be around you no matter what. Like, no matter what you're offering, they're just going to want to be in your circle and in your life because your social media is awesome, right? So that's easy. 3 social media posts a day, 5 to 10 minutes a day. That should take you. 9 a.m., noon, and 9 p.m. are the most popular times. I sometimes post more. Ever since Jachana Jackson gave me permission to post Insta stories like 15 times a day, I went a little crazy yesterday. Hey guys, can you lower your voices? Sorry. I just heard everybody's ear. People who have earbuds in are like, what the hell just happened? Okay. So, she told me, she was like, oh yeah, you could post like 16 times a day on Instagram. I'm like, really? So I'm pretty sure I had 10 Insta stories yesterday. And I didn't know you could keep adding to your story. I thought I had to wait the 24 hours for my story to clear. I'm like, how do people have all these stories all day? And then I didn't know how to do the hands-free till this morning. So I told you guys, I posted on my social media, go look at my blooper. There's literally an Insta story of me working out sideways. Okay? But I left it because that's who I am. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning, and that's all good. You don't have to be perfect. So that's what people want to see. They're like, oh, I can definitely do what Nicole does, right? Like, hello. All right, the next thing is to read, listen, absorb, and implement 5 to 10 pages of personal development a day. So there were some keywords in there. You can either read or you can listen. Some people are like, I can't read. Fine. Not that you can't read, but you like to listen better than reading. But absorb and implement. Okay, don't read just to read. I'm supposed to read 20 minutes a day in personal development, so I'm just going to read, right? Like, you've got to absorb and you've got to use it and you've got to post about it. Like, that's a post every day. Like, that's a post, something about your personal development, and bring it into your real life. So that should be, so don't focus on necessarily how many pages, but I would say at least 20 minutes. When you're feeling frustrated or you're feeling down and you're like, gosh, this business is really hard, everybody's telling me no, but whatever voices are happening in your head, double that. Do 40 minutes a day, okay? Whenever you're feeling down, double that PD. I would rather you look at your to-do list and go, oh my gosh, it's 9 o'clock at night. I haven't done hardly anything on this to-do list. I'm really not having a good day. What should I do? You should do number 3. And you should do it double. So if it's 9 o'clock and you're like, gosh, I didn't get anything done on this to-do list, go to number 3 always. That's always going to be my answer. I'm always going to tell you to never skip your PD. Okay? All right. Number 4, listen to team trainings, watch YouTube motivational videos, listen to a Shakeology podcast. You guys know we have a Shakeology podcast called Inside Shakeology or something like that. Listen to past national wake-up calls. In your Coach Online office under events, it's like team news and training and then events. There are years of national wake-up calls in there. You might find me once or twice in there. There's so much information. So go through, you never have to look at number 4 and go, I don't really know if I can find anything. Yeah, you can. I just told you about 40 or 50 Zoom calls that are sitting on the Team Passion Training YouTube channel. And then I just told you about years of national wake-up calls, okay? So always go back to something. And that should be about 20 to 30 minutes a day as well. So those are kind of both of your personal development, which will get you in an hour a day or so. All right. Talk to 10 people. Okay, this number 5 is just the biggest of all, right? This is what's going to build your business to the master. So this is what I'm going to spend the rest of the time on. Talk to 10 people a day. Keep a list. Georgia and I were talking today. She's like, I just like having a list like you. I've canceled and restarted Team Z 3 times. So it's okay. If you like paper and pen, I just think I will always be a paper and pen girl forever and ever. I don't know. I don't think you can change me. So you have to have a list. And just start like what I've started doing this week is I've kept a list in my binder and I'm just writing names and I'm not stressing on how many people there are. Every day it's 11 or more. Some days it's 20, some days it's 19. Like I've been tracking it this whole week. Today it's I think 14, whatever. It's just whatever you can get to. But these are the 4 categories of people that you just want to be talking to every day. You're just checking in on life. You're just like, you happen to see someone post and you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to them in forever. You scroll their social media real quick, see what they're up to, and then just send them a message. And honestly, yes, this is part of your daily to-do list in your business, but don't have an agenda. Like, don't look at this person and go, oh, I want to check in on life because then maybe I can form them and eventually invite them to a challenge. No, that may happen and it will be awesome, but don't force that. Don't look at A and go, I'm going to check in on someone in life so that someday I can invite them to join me. It may happen, but don't look at it like that, okay? But here's what I'm going to say on A with checking in on life. You cannot do 30 days of A every day and go, oh, I'm doing good on this daily to-do list. Nope, you haven't invited anybody, okay? So you can't only do A. You have to pick a couple people from each of these 4 A, B, C, and D categories, okay? B is thank them for the like on your post. So I forget what I did the other day. I think I posted it in Team Passion. I was like, oh my gosh, guys, I just posted about this. It was something just like about my personal life where I asked a question or something. Like when did kids go back to school?
It was the Ellipse. Or the Eclipse.
Oh, the Eclipse. Thank you, Carrie. So the Eclipse, yeah. I was like, hey, what time is your eclipse happening in your neck of the woods? Whatever. That's all I posted. And I got so many people and so many likes. And there were people, I was like, who's that? Who's that? Like all these comments. So I just went in and they were part of this. I was like, oh, I'm going to go see what's going on with them. And I just kind of was like, one girl, I was like, hey, how do we know each other? She's like, oh, I was in one of your challenge groups once. And I'm like, oh, really? How's your health and fitness now? And we just started talking. And I did end up inviting her to a free group, and then she went cold and didn't answer me back. So that happens to me too. 7 years later, ignored completely, read my message, all good. It wasn't my agenda. My agenda was like, who's this person? Right? It wasn't, I didn't need to invite them to my next challenge group. I didn't need them to join me. I was just literally going, who is this? So yeah, you just, hey, thanks so much for the like on my posts. All good. C, invite to your next challenge group. So you should always have 2 groups that you're inviting them to. We have a Team Passion free 14-day trial group. Please don't invite anybody into that group unless they have signed up for a free 14-day trial on your account. So I don't want us to have this big Team Passion free group as a free-for-all. Like, I don't like to run groups unless somebody is attached to a coach, because then it gets hairy and I don't want to mess with that. So you either inviting them to a free group, which is like your fallback. You're first inviting them to join your challenge group, to give you some money, not give you money, but purchase their pack, purchase their DVD kit, whatever it is, those 3 packages, either all access with Shakeology, all access on demand, or just a DVD kit for $60, whatever those 3 tiers are. You're inviting them to those. And then if they start ignoring you and you're like, hey, is the price making you nervous? Then you go, great, I actually have a free 14-day trial group that's always running. Can I get you in that? Okay, so that's like how that goes. And then always know when your next paid challenge group is. So those are the things that you're inviting them to. Either your next challenge group or the free group is the fallback. Okay, and then you're always, D is inviting people to the next business opportunity group, where there's the webinar on every other Thursday. So it's the opposite Thursday that we do these team calls. Okay, so team call today, Thursday, next Thursday, I'll do a live webinar for everyone in that group. Okay, so you have to have at least one person every day in all 4 of these categories. If you end up having 6 people in check-in on life and then 1 in every other one, it's fine. I need you to commit to at least 1 invite to a challenge group a day and 1 business a day. Your business is going to go a little slower if you do just 1 a day, but I'm okay with that because I want you to be consistent with at least inviting 2 people a day. 1 to the business, 1 to the challenge group. All right? And then the last category is to recognize a challenger or a family member or a coach or yourself. Like, give yourself a shout out, Transformation Tuesday or whatever. Just saying thank you. You can even just, like, this number 6 could literally be, I thank Mark every day for cooking for me. But I do like to recognize other people. But you know what I mean? Like, just saying thank you to your spouse or to your kids. Thank you so much for behaving when we just went into Target. Like, that was huge. Thank you. Like, that can be something in number 6. And this should take you, less than 5 minutes a day to say thank you to someone or recognize someone, right? So those are your categories. Those are your 6 categories of things that you need to do every single day. I would love to see you post in Team Passion when you're done. It's very helpful to others when you talk a little bit about the conversations that you had. If you could say, okay, here's the 10 people that I talked to today. 5 were just checking in on life. 5 I invited to my next challenge, whatever. Like, just tell us. Like, I told you guys that story the other day of the person who bought the challenge pack when she first said no, and we talked through that whole thing. Like, that was helpful to everyone. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's exactly how your conversation just went. And the biggest thing I can say about number 5 on this list is just don't expect anything. It's okay if people read your messages and ignore you. It's okay if people get all gun ho, yes, I want to do this, and then you give them the price and they go away. Like, that's just gonna happen. You just have to come back to them and be like, hey, I know how excited you were. What just happened? What can we do right now? What can we do to get you back to your excitement of, losing weight, fitting into that dress, feeling better, fitting, whatever it is, whatever their goal was. But that is all I have. So what do we have for questions? Anybody? Emily, yes, do you have a question? No? And nobody's chatting in the chat box, right? I can't see. No. Okay. So does everyone think that this is simple enough to commit to, and then simple enough to tell your coaches to commit, like help your new coaches commit to? Right? Like, your new coaches can do this list, like, very easily. Agreed? Cool. Will somebody every morning, or not every morning, unless you're like a superstar and get up at 6 and handle this thing like a boss by 9 a.m. But as soon as this list is done, will somebody start a thread each day and Be like, hey, or just even start the beginning of it. Hey, I've just did 1, 2, and 3. Super excited. Can't wait to do 4, 5, and 6 when I get home tonight after work and the kids are in bed. Who's with me? You know, so if we can get an exciting thread started every day where everybody's doing this, I think it'll be helpful. And then if you could post the picture each time you do that, that would be awesome. So look in Team Passion real quick before you are like, oh, I'm going to be the one that posts. If somebody's already posted it, just comment under it instead. So we can basically, you know, just be like, all right, here's 824's daily to-do list thread. Like somebody can start it tonight when we get off this call and look through, see what you've done, and just kind of let's just get everybody excited about this list every day and just keep, like, this is all I want us to talk about. Like, I don't want us to have to do, you know, much of anything else. Yes, we get to talk about how to build the list, and yes, you know, we can do those things, but I think we can do that in this thread every day where we talk about, you know, because people are going to say, well, where did you find your 10 people today? You know, so if you could say that, you know, oh, we've been friends on Facebook, or actually I found one on Instagram, I met someone at the playground, I met someone at the grocery store, whatever. I think that will be helpful for people. Cool. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will get this recording up, and we will see you all soon. Bye, guys.